An investigation by Canada's Privacy Commissioner into the operator of Pornhub and other pornographic sites has found it broke the federal privacy law. In his finding last week, the commissioner said it enabled intimate images to be shared on its websites without direct knowledge or consent. Philippe Dufresne investigated ALO, which is owned by Ethical Capital Partners, following a complaint from women. Her ex-boyfriend, from a woman that is, her ex-boyfriend uploaded an intimate video and other images of her without her permission. Now, he says that the privacy commissioner says that inadequate privacy protection measures on these sites have led to devastating consequences for the complainant and other victims. Ethical Capital Partners issued a statement to CBC. We have instituted some of the most comprehensive safeguards in the user-uploaded environment in order to prevent and eliminate illegal material from our sites. This includes mandatory uploader verification, banning downloads of content, expanding moderation, workforce and processes, partnering with non-profit organizations around the world. These are significant steps in identifying, removing, and reporting harmful and illegal content. Solomon Friedman is Vice President of Compliance at Ethical Capital Partners. I spoke to him last Thursday about the investigation's findings.
It's important to understand that the subject matter of this complaint actually originated in 2015, so almost a decade ago. Since that time, MindGeek and now ALO has taken industry-leading steps, and we have really a world-class trust and safety program, and I want to be very clear about that. That includes verifying the identity of every uploader, requiring verification of all who appear in content, and also moderating through both automated processes and a full team of human moderators every piece of content which appears on the platform. So it's important to remember that trust and safety evolves. We learn from past challenges. The internet and content sharing platforms have come a long way since 2015, and we're very proud to be leading the charge in keeping our platform safe and secure.
The commissioner also said that he had made several recommendations aimed at bringing ALO into compliance with Canada's federal private sector privacy law, but that the company had not committed to implementing any of them. So why is that, and does the company now commit to these recommendations?
So I can say this on behalf of the ownership group. Our view is that we are in substantial compliance with the recommendations. We are looking very closely at the report. Our commitment is to ensure that the content on the platform is safe, it's consensual, it's legal. We do that by verifying the identification of every single uploader and all those who appear in content. And I look across the internet at content sharing platforms in both the adult and the mainstream space. What we're doing is unprecedented. There is no other free content sharing platform that requires all uploaders to submit not only their own identification documents, but then we also require confirmation of the identity of all those who appear in our content. So our view is we are in substantial compliance. It has been a long time since this matter was initiated, and the trust and safety platform as it exists today, not at the time that these complaints originated, is really second to none.
So have you been in touch with the Privacy Commissioner's office? Because obviously from the reporting it says that that has not been the case.
So obviously there have been, this is a long process. It's taken a long time back and forth. We're reviewing the findings released today very closely, but the steps that we have towards identifying, removing, and reporting harmful and illegal content, as well as verifying the identity and moderating content, in our view, bring us into substantial compliance, and we look forward to further discussions in the future.
Do you think that there are any gaps when it comes to compliance, when it comes to these recommendations, or have you reviewed all of them and you feel like you are in compliance with all of the recommendations as of right now?
Like I said, our view is that we're in substantial compliance. You're talking about a platform that requires government ID, that requires a liveness check done through automated and human means, and a matching of that ID to the uploader, just in order to get upload privileges. Once upload privileges are granted through that verification process, no content goes live on our platform until it is reviewed both by automated tools, looking for content that's violative of our terms of service, as well as full human moderation. There's simply no other platform that does that. I'm very proud to stand behind the trust and safety that we have at ALO.
I know that you said that this complaint really originated in 2015 and you're developing practices to outline the concerns here. But what do you say to those who had their images shared without their consent on your platform?
Well, so there's no question, like in any other corner of the internet, criminals will always seek to exploit content sharing platforms for their own gain. We see this whether it's on Facebook, on Twitter, on Reddit. The question is, do you have trust and safety practices, policies, and procedures that keep that platform safe, that both detect, deter, and investigate wrongdoers. This has been a learning experience for all of the internet since the origination of the content sharing era. We've been on the leading edge of it, particularly, of course, in the adult space. And our trust and safety program is really second to none.
All right, Mr. Friedman, appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
That's Solomon Friedman, a partner and vice president of compliance at Ethical Capital Partners, which owns Pornhub's parent company.